Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do the hashtag color combo 2023 and we are on week 2 of the orange month, and our colors today are coral and teal. And so if you are wanting a color point or kind of a jumping off point, and you have Tim Holtz Distress Oxides, the colors that I kind of went by to pick my pieces are Abandoned Coral and Peacock Feathers. And I'll put those, kind of smear those on a piece of paper here so you can see kind of what I went by. And you, of course, can do whatever you like. Do I have a scrap piece of paper close by? That is the question. You would think that I would have tons of scraps nearby, and I do, but they're just out of reach. Okay, we'll use this. So, let me do a little bit of swatching here, and you can kind of see. So if I think of coral and teal, these are the two colors that kind of come to mind. So when I went through and picked my pieces, I tried to pick things that were in these two color ranges. And I think I have some good pieces, and we'll see how it comes together when it's all glued down. I'm working in my big journal again, which is almost full. I don't know that I'm going to make it through this challenge. Hopefully I have enough blank spaces left to do it. And I've kind of have it clipped down a little bit so that I can work on this page. Ideally, you would work on these before you put them in the book. And I could do that because this particular journal does not really have any binding. I've used a Midori style to put my signatures in, so they have just the elastic holding them together, and I did not sew the signatures together because I want to be able to move things around and kind of even them out once the journal is finished. And then I'll keep the Midori style, but I'll actually stitch the signatures together individually, if that makes sense. In this particular one, I have 4 signatures. So, we're going to be working on this book page, and my focal point is this Norman Rockwell print, and it is from my big Norman Rockwell book that I got at the thrift store. So it is an original, because of course this stuff, I'm sure, is copyrighted. So this is from the book. It's not a photocopy or anything like that. This particular journal is for my use anyway, so I think we're all good there. But, excuse me, I've got the hiccups. It's a bad time to have the hiccups when you have the camera on. Her little dress, to me, is in this color range. So that's why I went with this particular photo. Plus or portrait. Plus I just love this idea that she's walking by this little no swimming thing, and the little boy's clothes are hanging up on the sign, so she's trying not to look at the little boy skinny dipping. I think that's cute. So my next process was to go through and find bits and pieces and scraps that I thought would work with the picture and also with the color challenge that we're doing. And so I have several pieces of scrap paper, and I just so happen to have a piece that is almost identical to her dress. And I got this little cute plaid, and then I'm going to put in this little piece that has this vintage kind of lettering on it for a couple reasons. One, it's out of the ordinary, and I wanted to have something out of the ordinary in the collage. And two, I think it ties in the browns. So these are the three pieces that we're going to use, and I'm going to do kind of a strip background, and then put our focal point on top of it. So that kind of explains my thinking here on this. So I have, like I said, I have just cut some strips, and that one is so not straight, which it really doesn't matter if it is or not, but I'm going to straighten it up just a little bit because it's going to drive me crazy if I don't. There, that's better. So I'm going to work from both sides in, and I'm going to kind of alternate these strips. So I'm going to do, you know, something like that. And then I'm going to bring in the teal again. Not straight. And you can tear these, or you can cut them with, you know, funky scissors or regular scissors or your decal trimmer. You know, whatever kind of edge you want. I'm sticking with straight. So I'm going to put those kind of alternating. And I did not have full sheets of either of these papers, and that's why I kind of came up with the, you know, kind of strips for the background. Okay. And then we're gonna do this one. And then we're going to do, I may have to cut these a little narrower, some of the wider ones. This one, and then I want to get one more, if I can. Of this one, okay? So we have something like that. Okay, so let's do, I know I want this one in the center, so let's do this one first, and then we can work our way out, which is totally opposite of what I said before, but I want this one, I think, to kind of be our center point. So we're going to start with that one. And that one is shorter, but it won't matter in the end. Once we get all the other pieces on there, it'll be fine. It won't appear to be shorter. So how is everybody? I hope you're having a good week. When this video airs on Tuesday, I will officially have 6 days left before I retire. And I cannot wait. I'm so excited. And you'll notice that I am not inking any of these pieces because they are background pieces and I want them to blend in rather than stick out. Okay, so that should work. And I'm just putting glue stick on the back. I'm sure you can't see that part. As I said before, when I work in this book, it's so big, it's hard to keep everything that I'm doing in frame. So if I am not in frame, I will try to tell you what I'm doing. But for the most part, it's just going to be putting the glue on the back of stuff. A little bit allergy ridden today. We've got some ragweed blooming that's about to get to me. Okay, and then we'll do the coral. Alright, and then we'll go out the other side the same way. So we're going to do this piece. And I want to thank you guys. I have reached my first, that's upside down, 1,000 subscribers. And I appreciate you guys. And if you watch my video that will be out on Sunday, I am going to do a giveaway in celebration of that. So be sure and tune in then, and I will let you know what that is, and also how to make sure that you're in the drawing for it. It's going to be a good one, I feel like. And I have nowhere to go but up now. So I appreciate you guys. I am not a good self promoter at all. And I'll be the first to admit that I have not done near enough to increase my subscribers. And that's all you guys. And I appreciate it. Alright, so there is our background. And I have another piece of the letters that are going to go down here at the bottom. But I need to get excuse me, my other things in place. Alright, so my next level, because you know I'm all about the layering, even though this one's going to be pretty flat because my book's getting pretty stout, so I have to watch what I'm doing. I have taken this is a piece of scrapbook paper, and it is just in a little, you know, 4x6 little paper pad from Hobby Lobby that I got years ago. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink here. I've got a tickle. Sorry about that. And I thought the color went well. And it already had this little kind of wood graining look. And so I have made it look like a fence just by, I drew some extra lines in here to make the boards a little bit more even because, of course, scale-wise, you know, they were a lot wider. And then I just did like a little picket fence top to it. And so it is going to go behind her so that it looks like she is walking in front of a fence. Like that. And then this is another piece of scrapbook paper that had some kind of corally looking flowers on it, and I kind of fussy cut around some of the flowers. And I'm going to put these down at the bottom, kind of along the fence line here, like this. And then this piece is going to go down here. And I need to scoop all of this down a little bit. Just to kind of finish it off. So it's going to be something like that. Okay. So let's put our last little word piece down there first. And I might even cut, oh, I should have trimmed that before I put it on there. Or do I want to kind of leave it? I may just leave that like a little tab. You wipe the glue off of it so it won't stick to my other page. I might trim this fence just a little bit shorter. Okay, so if I put this on here so that I can see more of those letters up at the top. No, that'd be alright, I think, if I put her feet right at the bottom. Okay, so the next piece I want to put on is the fence, and then I'll put the flowers over the top. Make sure I get it good and glued up. Now we'll trim that where it hangs over. Sorry, I'm gonna have to rotate my book so I can get to it. Hope I'm not making you dizzy. Okay. Get you back in the right way here. Alright, and so our flowers are going to go next. And I think that I am going to ink around these edges of the flowers because I do want those to kind of stand out. So I'm going to take some vintage photo and just go around the part that I fussy cut. Okay, and then I'm going to put them right at the bottom of the fence line. And this particular paper was also like a 4x6 pad, but it is sticky scrapbook paper. It has sticker on the back of it. So I just took the backing off and we're going to stick it down on here like so. That is popping up on that edge. I'm going to put just a little bit of art glitter glue right under there where I missed. Whoops, under there I said. Not that the focal point wouldn't glue that down anyway, but you know how it is. You see something like that and you gotta fix it. Okay, so now we're gonna put our focal point. I'm gonna put her feet, you know, pretty much at the bottom of the page. But I am gonna ink around her so we don't have any white edges. Again, I'm going to use the vintage photo. Just to kind of get any pieces covered that I may have missed. You know, the little white edges that I may have missed when I was fussy cutting. And it also makes her pop out just a little bit away from the background. And if you don't ink, don't ink. It's not a requirement by any means. If you wanted to ink in the two distressed colors, that would work as well. You could ink in the abandoned coral and the peacock feathers. Okay, so now I'm going to use art glitter glue on her. Oops, as I throw the lid to my glue stick across the room. Just to make sure I get a good glue on top of these other papers. Plus, it's a whole lot easier to get these little legs and feet and all that kind of stuff, and not worry about ripping them off when you're putting the glue stick on. Although this book, you know, has the nice thick pages anyway. Okay. Make sure and get all our edges down. Fix my little fence top here. Alright, and then I found this little, just a little Tim Holtz label, but it does have the kind of teal color. And I'm just going to put it right there. I don't know why, just to give a little pop of teal on our little basket. Make it look like it's hanging from the basket. And I might even take my little micro pen and just put a little hole there, and maybe, you know, something like that. Just make it look like it's hanging there. And the last thing I'm going to do is give her some ground down here. So to do that, I'm going to take my Stabilo-All, which is a wax-based water soluble kind of pencil that's made for marking on glass and plastic and things like that. But it's a great tool for shadowing, because you can put it on and then you can use your water brush, which I have right here, and you can you know, make a shadow with it, if that makes any sense. So we're going to come right under her feet right here, there, and then kind of like that. And then we're going to take the water brush. I hope you can see what I'm doing. And just kind of give just a little bit of ground down there. And then I'll dry it real quick so you can see what it looks like when it's dry, because it does not dry that dark. It looks real scary when you first do it, but we'll see when it dries, but it's more of a gray, shadowy kind of look. There we go. It's not all the way dry, but you get the idea that it's going to lighten up quite a bit. I think I will put some, I didn't ink this bottom edge here. Okay, so there we go. There's our coral and teal. Do we need, I don't think we need anything else. We've got a lot of pattern going on, which I like. Maybe ink around the entire page. We could do that to kind of give it a frame. And then I might round this little corner down here. Oops, sorry guys, I knocked you. Just to make it look more like a tab. And I might actually go a little darker. Let's do ground espresso around there. There's another loose spot. And there's a spot on the fence too. That's one thing about glue stick. I am the world's worst about getting the edges. No matter how hard you try. All right, I think we're done now. So there is our coral and teal. Next week we have pumpkin orange and navy blue. Good time of year for that, and that is a great color combination. So I'm looking forward to that one. And then our last week is creamsicle and pink. I'm not sure how I feel about that one, but we'll see. I know a lot of you were dreading this week, but as you can see, I think you can make it a cohesive look, and I hope that in doing the challenge, you will see something come together that you like, and you know, that you'll keep this in mind for the future, because that's why we're doing this, right? To expand beyond what we're comfortable with. So, thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you're still enjoying the challenge, and I will see you back on Thursday for I Saw It on I will see you. See, I'm getting my day. Yes, back on Thursday for I Saw It on Pinterest. And actually, when I was talking about the announcement of the giveaway, it will have already happened because I'm filming this early. So, if you watched my video from Sunday and where I announced the giveaway and you have not gone back and watched that video and got yourself qualified, please do so, because the Sunday after this airs is when I will be selecting the winner. So now that I have you totally confused, I hope to see you guys back on Thursday. Bye.